In today's video, we're going to be ranking the top 5 Bitcoin plays in my dividend portfolio. Our dividends from Yieldmax, Cornerstone, and Defiance help us live the FIRE lifestyle, which means financially independent, retire early. If you need help doing the same, email me for my e-guides at aikentod48@gmail.com. So we earn over $300,000 per year in dividends using Cornerstone, Yieldmax, and Defiance, and some Bitcoin. And my performance and value shows that we're up 27% for the year now. The S&P is up 17, the Nasdaq's up 22, the Dow's up 6, and the Russell's up 6 as well. So we're beating all of the indexes on a year-to-date basis, and if you look above, on a daily basis, we're up 0.42%, and if you look above, the Nasdaq was up 0.4% today, the S&P was up 0.28, and the Dow was up 0.53. So we basically beat all the indexes on a daily basis, and we beat all the indexes on a year-to-date basis using Cornerstone, Yieldmax, and Defiance once again. But today we're going to be discussing Bitcoin and how this adds extra performance to my portfolio, and we're going to be ranking the top 5 Bitcoin plays in my portfolio starting now. So coming in at number 5, we have Coney. Okay, Coney is my 5th pick because it has 100% dividend. Yes, that's great. And it's many people's preferred way to get Bitcoin exposure, but Coney is 100% maintenance. Coney used to be 50% maintenance, but they changed it E-Trade. Now it's 100% maintenance, and that's a killer to the FIRE lifestyle. As you know, at this channel, for every $1 you put in your account, you get $4 of purchasing power. I'm just using a fraction of this margin purchasing power to get ahead. My dividends of over $300,000 per year will pay back my margin debt in less than 1 year, and I'll be left with all these dividend paying assets to myself, paying monthly cash flow for life that qualify to banks for loans. This is how we live the FIRE lifestyle, is we use our dividends to, again, qualify to banks for loans. That's how we get a house loan, a car loan, personal loans, whatever. That's how we level up our account, is with these dividends. Because again, they act as qualifying income to banks for loans. Trading gains do not. That's why I don't really like Bitcoin, because even if we have a big move in Bitcoin, I can't get loans from that with the banks. Plus, Bitcoin's not proven. It's not a huge part of the indexes. So I don't like to own Bitcoin, but when I do, I like to have dividend related Bitcoin plays, or I like to sell options on Bitcoin. As you can see here, BITX, we're up 1,400 in that today, but we received over 25,000 in premiums for Bitcoin. So I could either take the 1,500 in days gains today, or I could take the 25,000 approximately in premiums. I'm going to just go for the 25,000 because that's much more than 1,400. And BITX also helps me control BITX when I sell the options on it at much lower prices than others are controlling BITX in the open market. They're all controlling it at around 30 or 40 or whatever it is. I'm controlling it down in the teens, because if you take the $50 strike price for BITX minus 31 for the premiums I received, we're in the teens for our cost basis. So I like to sell options on Bitcoin when they don't have dividends. If you need help selling options like I do to live the FIRE lifestyle and lower my margin in the process, that's in my volume 6 e-guide. So Coney was our number 5 pick because it has 100% maintenance, and it's also not in the indexes, and it has regulatory risk as well. So I don't really like Coney because of the regulatory risk, and it's not indexed. If I really wanted to play Coney, I would just buy OARC, which I do own some OARC. I own about 15 grand of OARC, and Coney and Tesla are large parts of OARC, okay? Coinbase and Tesla. Tesla is also a Bitcoin play, which isn't in this video, but Tesla has a good amount of Bitcoin on its balance sheet, and we also own Tesla. We own Tesla because it has the dividend. And again, Bitcoin is risky. It's not proven, but the dividends will cash flow us regardless. So if you own Coney, which is not a bad investment in my opinion, even if you hold it for a year and it goes down, you're going to cash flow because the 100% dividend that it gives you will pay you back. So Coney is number 5. At number 4, we have MAXI and BITO. MAXI has a 20% dividend, which is nice, but it also has 100% maintenance. That's a problem, okay? MAXI and BITO, BITO. Here's BITO. It has 100% maintenance as well. Yes, it has a 40% dividend. That's nice. But it has 100% maintenance, which is a killer to the FIRE lifestyle. If you need help understanding maintenance, by the way, that's in my Volume 3 e-guide. I can also sell options on BITO and MAXI because they have attractive options. So here's BITO. I sold 4 contracts on BITO. We received about $5,000. $6,000 is showing here from the selling of the options for BITO. Because BITO is 100% maintenance, I choose to sell the options on it. And also, it lowers our cost basis once again, like I was describing with BITX. So Bitcoin is risky, but if you own BITO, the strike price is 30 here minus the $14 premium we received approximately. So we'll just call that 15 for math. Then our cost basis is around 15. So this is a much safer way to play BITO as well, because as you can see, BITO is around 22 a share and I'm controlling it around 16 a share as I just showed you. So BITO and MAXI, those come in at number 4 because they have nice dividends, but they're 100% maintenance, and I can sell options on BITO and MAXI instead and lower my margin in the process. Please keep in mind, everyone, that Bitcoin should be no more than 3 to 5% of your portfolio. That's why I put so much of my money in Cornerstone, because it is the index. You need to stay indexed to get ahead in life, especially when you're using margin leverage. And Cornerstone is a 5-star fund. CLM is a 4-star fund. And these go upward, left to right on their charts, as you can see here on the Morningstar chart. But here at E-Trade, they show a different story. They show that they go sideways to down. Okay, you have to factor back in dividends and drips. Cornerstone gives you a 20% dividend every year that it sets at its NAV, and then it gives you 20% premiums that it averages per year. I've gotten 50% premiums in Cornerstone. Here it is here in 2020 to 2021. We got 50% premiums and the 20% dividend with Cornerstone, and it gives you the drip at NAV advantage. So if you're owning it up here at $12.50, it's dripping the dividend down here at 10 or wherever the NAV is at that moment. So if you're owning Cornerstone up here at around 7, it's dripping down here in the 6s for free money every month. So we're also compounding our yield, our 21% yield with Cornerstone when it drips at the NAV. You're growing your income in the process. So I put about 400 grand of my dollars in Cornerstone, and I put 200 grand of my dollars in Defiance. Okay, here's Defiance, IWMY. It's also moving upward, left to right on its chart. But if you look at a chart on E-Trade, it shows a different story. So keep in mind, once again, with Bitcoin, that you need to have only 3 to 5% of your assets in Bitcoin because it's not proven, and the indexes are what's proven. And Cornerstone's been around since the 80s, so this is what's proven. Defiance isn't proven yet. Okay, it's been doing well. It's been showing us promising results even on down days. Defiance and Yieldmax. Yieldmax has been doing well for us too, but Cornerstone is my anchor because it has the lowest maintenance, it's fully diversified, and it has that special drip at NAV. Plus it gives you days gains ability, so you can get, again, 20% premiums per year on top of the 20% dividends. You just have to play Cornerstone properly and time it between these channels, between the rights offerings, and that's in my Volume 4 e-guide. When you buy my e-guide, you get free access to Discord for life, where we alert you of the Cornerstone rights offering announcements. So we have over 1,000 members here in the Discord chat room pursuing the FIRE lifestyle. We're all trying to put our heads together to make the best decisions possible every day. We have tons of channels here in the Discord chat room. We have an options channel, Bitcoin channel, Defiance, Yieldmax, you name it. So Cornerstone, I put most of my money in Cornerstone and Defiance, once again, because they are the indexes. And when you're owning Bitcoin, you have to anchor your portfolio to the indexes. Cornerstone is my favorite index play because it has the highest dividend, the lowest maintenance, the special drip, higher premiums than most other funds average, and you can level up your account with the rights offering if you play that properly. Okay, the company tells you when to buy and when to sell, and it tells you how to really level up your account. It's easier to time Cornerstone than it is timing the S&P. So if all of my investments are in the S&P and NASDAQ, then I just buy put options at the same time to insure my portfolio from a crash. So I have these put options here. I sell puts, which is in my Volume 6 e-guide, but I also buy puts, which is in my Volume 5 e-guide if you need help insuring your portfolio. We can withstand over 30% corrections in the market. As you can see here, our available withdrawal is over 300,000. So we can withstand over 30% corrections in the market and still withdraw freely out of our account and pay all of our bills and live freely from a 9 to 5 with this high available withdrawal, which is thanks to our low maintenance names, which again, Coney is not, BITO and MAXI are not low maintenance. But the key to living freely from a 9 to 5 is high available withdrawal, which comes from low maintenance. And also you want to stick with index plays so that you can minimize portfolio drawdowns and volatility. But if we do have a 30% correction overnight, God forbid, then we have these put options on to insure my account, and we'll potentially make more money than we lost thanks to these put options on the S&P and NASDAQ. At number 3, we have GBTC, the Bitcoin Grayscale Trust. So this is the standard way to play Bitcoin. The reason why I don't like GBTC is even though it gives you the day's gains of over 10% today, that doesn't qualify to banks for loans, and it has no dividend, and it has 100% maintenance. So obviously I have it at number 3 because it's the purest way to play Bitcoin. But again, it's 100% maintenance with no dividend, and it doesn't qualify to banks for loans. So I don't really like to own GBTC for that reason. Plus, what if Bitcoin is having a down year like in 2022? You wouldn't make any money with GBTC and it would just suck up all of your equity because it's 100% maintenance, which sucks up 100% of your equity. So I don't really like GBTC, but that's one way you can play Bitcoin if you want the day's gains. I prefer Misty for day's gains and lower maintenance, which is why it comes in at number 2. Okay, Misty, here we go. Misty was up about 5% today. And that's promising because, Bitcoin was up about 10% today. So Misty was up 5%. It's giving you good capital gains ability, but it's also giving you this 100% dividend, okay? Paid monthly, which is like a paycheck. So I like Misty. It's one of the largest parts of the Russell 2000, okay? It's indexed as well. So I really like MicroStrategy, but MicroStrategy has headline risk because it's a corporation. What if something goes wrong with the CEO, Michael Saylor? What if he has bad earnings? So I don't like to put all my money in Misty because it's a company and it has headline risk. Even though it has 50% maintenance, it has, again, headline risk because it's a stock. And even though it's indexed, even though it has 100% dividend, even though it's lower maintenance at 50% maintenance, once again, it is a company that is subject to risk like all other companies within the indexes. And that means it has headline risk and can go to zero overnight if something were to go wrong. So what is my number one play? YBIT, okay? YBIT, because YBIT has 50% maintenance. It was up nicely today. It was up 2% today. And the reason why I like this is it has 100% dividend, as you can see here, 97%. It has 50% maintenance as well, which is nice, but it's Bitcoin itself, so it doesn't have the headline risk of a corporation. So if Bitcoin falls, then all of our Bitcoin plays that I've listed in this video will fall, but YBIT is only 50%. It will fall probably less than GBTC would fall. And it also has 100% dividend roughly. So you're going to be paid back in approximately 1 year if you own YBIT, regardless of what Bitcoin does. Of course, if Bitcoin falls, then the premiums are going to fall for Bitcoin and YBIT, but these are still going to be higher premiums than most other dividend funds can pay you. So YBIT is number one for this reason. I have about $5,000 in YBIT. And then for everything else in my portfolio that's Bitcoin related, I either sell options in them or I keep them at much smaller amounts in my portfolio. And then I focus most of my money in the indexes like Cornerstone, Defiance, and some Yieldmax. So if you need more help doing what I'm doing and getting this outperformance of being up over 27% for the year, email me for my e-guides at akintodd48@gmail.com. When you buy my e-guides, you get free access to Discord for Life and my phone number, so just keep this in mind. Also, if you like the video, click like or subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon, everyone. Thanks.